Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of General Geekery. I am Brian, and with me, as always, is JD.
Hello.
Uh, First off, the new season of Fallout, the first episode of Fallout Season 2, dropped last night. I tried to watch it at work and then promptly got a call, so I
Uh,
saw most of it. I'll finish up the last like 15 minutes of it tonight.
did you uh how well whatever you saw of it, how was it?
I liked it. I'm just hoping that enough people like it that it doesn't suffer that like fanboy whatever pisses off fanboys to get things canceled on streaming services like the diehards like Cowboy Bebop's a good example of that. I
Oh God.
I really
Cowboy Bebop had one thing going against it too that Fallout doesn't. Netflix is really bad about renewing shows.
uh,
So Cowboy Bebop, if it had come out on another streaming service, it's possible, maybe not likely, but it's possible they could have given it another season because I don't I think the fan feedback on Fallout was pretty good, but you know, the anime crowd that really liked Cowboy Bebop, which I never watched, but they did watch the show.
yeah, I did
I
too.
never finished the season though because I was 6 episodes in when they announced that the show was coming to an end, and I'm like, it kind of put a damper on me wanting to finish the show because
Yeah.
what I saw of it, I liked. I
I
don't know if it was accurate to the anime. From what I understand about Fallout, the next game is going to take into account the events on the TV series.
It is. I saw
I'm
that
like,
today.
I'm like, okay, now that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
So it tells me the first season was popular enough to get a second season, and they must have enough faith in the second one, in the second season, that they're going to integrate it into the game and into the upcoming game. So I feel like that's probably a good sign for a third season of the show. Also, being on Amazon helps too.
I'm
But
hoping so. I like it. I enjoy it. Oh, there's Isabel. Uh,
hi, Izzy.
I have seen they're really kind of like starting to get into more of the lore of the game, which I've kind of studied a little bit on the off season, and it's um when they start diving deeper into the lore, that's when the fanboys really start to like nitpick stuff, and I'm just hoping that they don't. I like the fact that they're getting in more into the lore, but I'm hoping it's not enough to piss off the rabid fanboys enough to get the series canceled because I really enjoy the series. So
Yeah, because you said like you watched like YouTube videos on the lore, on the lore behind the Fallout, right? So,
yeah,
oh,
where's your hang on a sec. I need to pause it.
that's fine.
All right. So yeah, I'm just hoping that the rabid fanboys aren't there aren't enough of them to get the series canceled.
Um, maybe, yeah, because you said you watched like some YouTube videos on like the lore of it, right?
Yeah.
And you said there's a lot of good world building, and you and I, we can both get on board with the thing, even if we don't know any. If the world building is good and can pull us in, and I all I did was watch Fallout season one. I didn't watch any of the lore stuff, and I'm only sort of vaguely aware of some
Valid.
of it. But I mean, I like the show enough to keep watching it, and that's without exploring any of it. So
Yeah.
um, I do know that one of the things from the game is the death clause, and they're like some kind of science experiment gone wrong. They're fucking badass looking. I knew about them a few years ago because Blake had been watching YouTube videos about them. He didn't care about the rest of Fallout or anything about it. He was just talking about the death clause and showing them to me. I'm like, oh, that's really cool. And then when I read something in the off season about Fallout 2 is going to bring in the death clause, I'm like, all right, that's kind of cool. I'm like, oh, that's so it tells me they're gonna if they keep going with the show, they're gonna keep pulling in things from the games, and really, you can't go wrong with that.
I don't
Uh,
think so. I don't think so, but I don't know. We'll see. Um, next they're doing they're not dropping the whole season at once. They're doing one episode a week. So the next one doesn't drop until Christmas Eve
well,
episode.
you know what? I understand why studios do that because it keeps people coming back. Because when they drop a whole season at once, if people binge watch it, then they're sort of just on to the next thing.
Yeah.
So it keeps them coming back every week, and it helps for the people like on YouTube that do like reactions to stuff because a whole season at once, they have to do their reactions real close together, and it doesn't give them time. It doesn't give even the viewers that are just watching it just to watch it. It gives you time to chew on it when there's a week between the episodes. I mean, even Disney usually when they put the Disney Plus show online, they'll usually drop like two episodes, and then they'll they'll do weekly for the rest of the series. So, um, yeah, I think that's an okay way to go with it. So, but yeah, an episode a week, yeah, I think that's okay.
I'm
Uh,
indifferent. I could take it or you know, like I said, I couldn't even finish one episode last night. So had the whole series dropped last night, I'd have been pretty pissed. So I can take it or leave it. Uh, I'm the only one watching it here. Emily doesn't tried to watch it and it was too violent for her. So I can watch it at my leisure. Um, so yeah, I can see people like, hey, I wish the whole thing was available. And then at the same time, yeah, it's nice to have something to look forward to every week. So either way, I honestly don't care.
as a guy who very rarely binge watches anything, like even some of my favorite shows, I can usually only watch an episode or two at a time before I'm like, all right, I'm gonna move on to something else, and then I'll go back. So like anytime like Netflix drops like a whole season of a thing, I'm like, it usually takes me forever to watch it anyway. So a weekly thing works just well for me because well, sometimes they still build up and I lose track of it. But uh but I mean, Fallout 2, I know they dropped it last night, which was supposed to be like a day early because I think it was
Yes.
supposed to come out today, and
Yeah.
they dropped it yesterday. And something tells me they wouldn't do that unless they knew there was anticipation for it. And I think anticipation for something like this, I think I tend to think that's probably a good sign for the show too. Um,
I had seen something that they were moving it up a day to coincide it with the re-release of potentially a remastered version of Fallout 3, but I haven't
uh,
seen anything to confirm that today. So
uh,
I don't know. Uh, let's see what else. Toy news. Marvel Legends. There's was some fan streaming thing yesterday, day before. Um, there they announced essentially the Deadpool Wolverine movie, a Deadpool mov a Deadpool and Wolverine movie wave of figures. The wave of figures includes Wolverine in the brown and yellow suit, Wesley Snipes' Blade, Cassandra Nova, uh, the adult X-23, um, yellow and blue Wolverine, Cowboy Pool, and then there's a deluxe deluxe um, Deadpool from the opening sequence of the movie where he's got different parts of Wolverine's skeleton.
Oh, I didn't realize it was the deluxe release. Now it makes sense because I saw the pictures of all the. Now they make sense. I just didn't realize. I will say this because I had not seen that news, and then you sent me a link the other day, or the thing to Blade, and I'm like, what the fuck? What did I miss? So I went and I looked, and I'm like, oh shit, because I I didn't getting more figures from that movie hadn't really occurred to me,
Yeah,
but I'm glad that they're doing that because yeah, X-23 is nice. That's I'm gonna buy that. Blade is an absolute must because I do not have a Blade figure. I've almost bought two of the comic book versions, but honestly, if we're getting a Wesley Snipes Blade from that, that's it. I'm good. I only need one Blade, and I'm happy with that because holy fuck, he was cool in that
yeah,
movie.
absolutely.
Now,
I'm not
now,
a
and I guess somebody on the Hasbro team did say that they're not done with Deadpool Wolverine yet.
Yeah, I was gonna mention
I expect, I I hope for a figure of Elektra, which is real weird to say because 20 years ago when that first uh when the original Daredevil came out with
yeah,
Affleck, and then they spun Jennifer Garner Elektra off into her own movie. I don't remember that movie being particularly great,
I don't think I ever even saw it.
but so I mean, I think I saw it, and that's why I don't remember much about it. But I feel like I should probably give that movie a second chance because she was so cool to see her come back in Deadpool Wolverine and actually see like she's still like Jennifer Garner, Wesley Snipes, they still have it. Like they're still
Yeah,
undeniably those characters.
yeah.
So I think I need to give the original Electra movie another chance. And I'm going to go ahead and hope that they put out a figure of her. And honestly, I would be shocked if they didn't do a figure of Channing Tatum Gambit
That was gonna mention
because
that. So hang on a sec. So the the big uproar yesterday was that there was no Gambit figure. They have said Gambit is coming out in a later wave.
um and Channing Tatum is confirmed for Avengers Doomsday. So
Yeah.
even if I I do not think Hasbro would pass up a chance to give us a Deadpool Wolverine version of Gambit. But even if they did, we're still going to get a Gambit from Avengers Doomsday.
I
I have a
think that
feeling Avengers Doomsday is going to be one of those movies that has four waves of figures over 2 years.
yeah, I think that
Because
where I saw they said the Gambit figure was going to be coming out was the Doomsday.
and that's fine because he's people were surprised to see Gambit finally in that movie since for years they talked about doing him and they never got
Yeah.
around to the movie. And then turning around and like those returning characters were such a big hit, and then adding Gambit in, that was huge. So, and then they turned around and announced Gambit for Avengers Doomsday. I'm like, all right, so he's gonna. So yeah, this isn't the only chance
No,
to get one of those figures. And the Cassandra Nova figure, that accessory of her fingers through what's his name's face, that is it was effectively creepy in the movie.
yeah,
Somehow getting a toy accessory of it is just as creepy and effective.
yeah.
It's
No,
really gross.
yeah, pretty
They
cool.
really did a good job with
Yeah, no, it
that.
looks pretty cool. Also announced were two Iron Man figures, sort of Iron Man figures. So Marvel apparently is going the way of Star Wars Black Series and making a holiday repaint,
Uh
and they are doing the I Love You 3000 Iron Man in hot pink, which I don't know. I'm annoyed with gimmicky repaints to begin with. So the fact that they made an Iron Man one that I'm obligated to buy as an Iron Man completist,
And there's gimmicky packaging.
yeah, there's
So
packaging too.
you fucking need it. You need it.
I've already
Um, I
pre-ordered it.
I you know, and I did not order the Valentine's Ewok from the Black Series, but I'm going to because I remember seeing the pre-orders for it a couple months ago,
Yeah.
and I was going to order it, and I forgot to. And then it's shipping now. I've seen in-hand pictures of it, and I will buy all the Ewoks they put out in the Black Series, including a pink one for Valentine's Day. And I love that they decided to expand that over to Marvel. And the I Love You 3000 Iron Man makes a lot of sense to me. I don't know that I need it, but I'm very happy that you do.
What else they announced yesterday that I 100% absolutely need is the Punisher Hulkbuster armor.
That is badass. I have never seen a comic with that in it, but holy fuck, that is so cool. Even if I didn't think it was cool, I'm relatively certain that my son is going to be like, "Ooh," because he likes Max. So and we don't have a Punisher. I have the John Bernthal Punisher, but he's in with my Joes, and I don't have a comic Punisher. And if I'm going to get a comic Punisher and it's in a mech suit, I'm good with that.
It looks fantastic. The pre-orders for everything are up except the Punisher Hulkbuster is not up yet, and the deluxe Deadpool is not up yet. I haven't seen a pre-order date for those, but the rest, the Iron Man, the I Love You 3000 Iron Man is pre-order is up, and the um Wolverine Deadpool movie wave pre-order is available now. Uh,
Yeah, I'm going to have to pre-order Blade and X-23, and I will probably buy the the brown suit Wolverine too because that's really fucking cool. I don't
I
know
thought
about
about getting
Cowboy
the
Pool.
Browns.
That's sort of a maybe. Like I like it. I don't know if I need it. But the problem is if I buy the Cowboy Deadpool, that's going to leave me open for more of the Deadpool core, which is great. But I don't,
Then.
there's only, I got to pick and choose what I get.
Yeah.
That's why I'm like, is Cowboy Pool gonna open a rabbit hole that I'm gonna fall down and be unable to get out of? Because really, at that point, then we're gonna need Kid Pool, Lady Deadpool, and we absolutely need a Samurai Deadpool. Um, so and fucking nice pool, I guess. I'm glad that deluxe Deadpool comes with dog pool though. That's a nice touch.
Yeah.
So
No, uh, I I have not decided whether or not I'm going to go down the rabbit hole with the Deadpool core yet myself. If they were 4-inch figures, I'd be all over it in a heartbeat, but 6-inch figures, I don't know. I might pick up the brown suit Wolverine because I have the Gamerverse Captain America and I'm have the new Black Widow coming, and then I can recreate one of the coolest covers Jim Lee has ever done using those 3 figures. So I haven't decided on that one yet myself. The Blade, Wesley Snipes Blade. I'm gonna have to see it in person. I'm not 100% sold on the head sculpt.
yeah, see, I like the head sculpt. I don't know what you're looking at because it looks just like Wesley Snipes to me.
Maybe
Um,
I'm getting too picky in my old age. I don't know, but
but
I am gonna wait and see on it. I definitely want a Wesley Snipes blade. Don't get me wrong, but in this day and age, shitty head sculpts are not to be tolerated.
it is not shitty. I do not know what the fuck you were looking at. The I think the likeness to Wesley Snipes is there. The likeness to Daphne Keene on X-23 is really good.
It is.
That's why I'd really like to see the head sculpt. That's why I really want to see what they do with Jennifer Garner and Channing Tatum because I think the other two head sculpts are great. So
I don't know.
I but oh, and I do like that X-23 comes with Juggernaut's helmet. That's nice too.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah,
uh,
it's a fairly decent wave. I mean,
it
it's
is. It
yeah,
is.
between the figures, the and the accessories they come with. I mean, it's a solid wave of figures. So I think I- we've talked about it before. I'd sure hate to be a Marvel Legends completist.
Oh yeah, I don't know how they do it between comic waves, MCU waves, and really just crazy like box sets that they put out with insanely obscure characters, half of which sometimes I don't even know. And I'm like, yeah, I don't know how Marvel Legends complete. I don't know how Marvel completists do it. Just like I don't know how Transformers completists do it. But
No. Transformer news. They've put up the next couple pre-orders for the next couple Combaticons.
did you pre-order them?
I did.
I was going to say it's a really dumb question. I
Yeah,
can't believe I even asked that question.
yeah, sure did.
Um,
I'm not particularly happy about the price points on the figures. But I will always buy Combaticons. So I think that was about it for like new toy news. Because I think it was just the Marvel Legends fan stream yesterday. I don't, or day before, whenever it was. I don't think there was anything else.
there
Ooh,
were a couple of Star Wars announcements, one of which was a Black Series 2 pack. They're re-releasing Commander Wolf and Plo Koon. And
okay.
Plo Koon, at first I saw a lot of bitching about, oh, it's just another, it's a repaint or a repack. It's no such thing. The clothes are very different. He's got the Clone Wars armor bracers on, like they do in the Clone Wars animated series, and I missed Commander Wolf, and this one looks even better. So all they did was switch out the head, but I'm like, all right, I need it. So I don't buy a lot of Star Wars, but there are certain characters uh, that that I'm all about. There's an ARC Trooper versus a Battle Droid 2,
Yeah, I saw.
like a 2 pack, and that's really cool. I love ARC Troopers, but I don't know if I need it. I don't. I, maybe.
Yeah, and speaking of weird box sets, as far as Marvel Legends goes, we're gonna unbox this on the show. JD and I are splitting this,
Oh yeah.
so this is, God damn it, it's the Punisher. We're trying to do
anybody anybody who's actually watching this is gonna know what's going on. But if anybody's like listening and not watching it, what the hell is so funny? Yeah, you're Zoom is doing that camera focusing thing, and
yeah.
every time you switch that box's position, the camera moves. What the
It's,
hell?
it's kind of funny. I thought it would be kind of cool to try it out and see how it works because it makes it seem like we have a cameraman running this and we
I
don't.
was gonna say it makes it look like we know what we're doing. I appreciate Zoom for helping us out like that.
So it's based off the it's one of the Gamerverse sets. It's based off the Punisher video game. The second player was Nick Fury. JD and I are splitting it. I'm keeping the Punisher. JD's getting the Nick Fury. And
You know, as
trade.
long as you remember when you were doing those Punisher customs, I'm like, come on, make the teal suit Punisher from the '90s Spider-Man cartoon. You're like, I don't think so. Well, I'll give them this: the light blue suit for Punisher from this video game does give me hope that Hasbro might actually make an animated series based uh Punisher in the trench coat with the teal suit. I mean, it's not off the table, so I'm pretty happy about that.
Yeah, I God damn it. I'm trying to do the video thing again and I had it all set up once and now it's not doing it.
What's the figure on the tray?
It's a Ghost Viper.
Oh, I see it now. Yeah, okay.
God damn it. I hate this thing. I had it all set up and then I put the this into the um, waiting room, and then it screwed it all up. All right, so I guess we're doing it this way.
I don't know. It's the old joke. The only difference between us and Luddites is smartphones. So
Yeah, pretty
it
much.
keeps proving to be true.
The box art's pretty cool. The inside panel is from the video game.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So uh,
Oh, that's one of those backgrounds I would actually probably save if I got one. That's cool.
I'll send it to you.
Um, yeah, because my son, who has taken to Marvel Legends in a big way, he likes doing the flight stands. He likes posing the figures, doing scenes. He likes the backgrounds on these things. And I'm like, oh crap. I
Yeah, if I didn't
there's
know,
at least one like the Gamerverse, the War Machine and Omega Red set.
that's the back.
I didn't save the background for that, and I wish that I had. So
Yeah,
um
David either. Um, comes with a nice little explosive. God damn it! All right, this fucking video camera is pissing me off.
oh, there we go. I can see the 2-pack at least now.
Comes with a nice little explosive thing here, explosive effect.
Is
Uh,
that going into the fuck it bucket?
yeah, probably. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. So we've got the Punisher.
Is that Punisher a repaint of a previous Punisher? I have no idea.
I don't know. I don't have a lot of Punisher Marvel Legends figures, so
So it's different enough that it's not noticeable. So
it's not one I have. So that's all I care about. Two sets of hands, which those are going in the fuck it bucket. Um, which I'll have to switch out because he has two fists, so he can't even hold a weapon right now.
uh the alternate hands do have trigger fingers, right? Because if anybody needs fucking trigger fingers, it's Punisher.
It does, thankfully. I mean, it would be really stupid if it didn't.
It would be, but this is Hasbro, and they do make some boneheaded decisions sometimes. I was watching
There's
Blake and I were watching
alternate
we were
head,
watching what's that?
alternate head sculpt.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah,
Like, oh, that's really nice looking. Ooh.
yeah, it's not bad. A baseball bat. Here, let's do this. Baseball bat. We've got two M16s, one black and one gray. I'm guessing the black weapon they're going to Nick Fury. I don't know. Uh, so one for each. We've got a hand grenade for him. Uh, everything's taped in annoyingly well.
Hi, Alice.
A nice Uzi for him there.
Oh, sweet. All right. Yeah.
Uh, Tech 9. I'm assuming these weapons are from the video game. I've never actually played the video game, so I don't know, but I'm assuming that they are.
I would assume. And they look good. I'm wondering what the plastic quality is like with the rubbery and not, but they look good, which is
They're very soft and rubbery.
so Hasbro. Okay.
Hasbro. The Nick Fury looks pretty decent. Jesus. Uh, he comes with a 45, which goes in the holster, and then he comes with one of the standard shield needle guns.
Sweet.
So give him that. There you go.
Very nice. Jim Steranko would approve.
Yeah, I think you would. So there is Nick Fury. And then a case of cash,
Never know when that'll come in handy.
right? And then, of course, sets of hands for Nick Fury. So let's get those out of there before I forget them and throw them away. Well, they really taped everything fucking in here really well.
Nothing in Exacto life yet, so
Yeah, I'm getting ready to dig one out here in a second. All right, I think that's all.
pulling that tape up is annoying.
So Punisher needs gun hand. We'll give him the Uzi. There we go.
Sweet.
Yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. I think the only one of the critiques that I had seen that I really didn't notice right away is instead of sculpting the whole uh strap for the pouch, they painted it. So he's got this big white stripe on his right thigh.
Well, as long as the holster straps, as long as they're covering the whole thing, once it's on the shelf, you won't notice it. So,
Um, and that's
but that is a case right there where if I had that figure, I would glue it immediately so the straps did not move. Because I don't glue the holsters on; I glue the straps down on all my Joes with the secondary movable parts because those straps, the straps on the pouches, the holsters, the bandoliers, they drive me fucking crazy.
so here's the
Going
irritating
around.
thing is there's only one 45 pistol, but there's two holsters. So Nick Fury and Punisher both have a holster, but there's only one pistol.
Well, that's fucking stupid.
Yeah, no, it's that's annoying. I didn't even notice that until just now. And I don't have a lot of 6-inch weapons, so I don't have a pistol for him. So,
Keep the pistol. I've got plenty of pistols.
all
So,
right.
I've got between my Joes and the other toy lines that I bought here and there. Yeah, you keep one of the pistols.
Actually, I think that pistol is supposed to go to him, and the holster is for Nick Fury's needle gun.
Ah,
So,
um, did you see the uh Tony made a modification to that Nick Fury by putting the cigar in his mouth?
yes.
Yeah, I might have to do that too. Um, um,
Yeah, no, I saw that. I thought it looked pretty good. The other thing that I've seen people use this for is I saw somebody put a Dum Dum Dugan head on this buck, and it looks really nice.
ooh, okay,
Yeah,
yeah, that's cool.
there you go. All right. Now the moment. Clearly, if you're watching this, you've seen the thumbnail that I've put together for this. This is the moment that I have definitely been waiting for, probably since I was a kid, and had some of these toys as a kid, but not definitely not all of them. And when I saw that they were going to that uh Loyal Subjects was going to start remaking these and that they were new molds and um not just reissues of the original figures and vehicles, Mask, my Big Bad Toy Store exclusive set came in yesterday. So let's have a look at that.
Fuck yeah.
First up, I'm going to open the Switchblade. Apparently, they couldn't get the copyright for it, so it's called the high tech helicopter. Other than that, the box art is spot on from what it was when I was a kid. I didn't have this particular vehicle, but from what I remember, it looks they did a fantastic job with the box.
It's
It
a cool design. I like that. I like the and besides all the fans, they're gonna call it the Switchblade no matter what.
yeah,
Um,
the only people that are gonna care what it says is are the people that are gonna keep it in the box, and we are clearly not keeping it in the box.
no.
It comes with stickers. I thought the
Oh,
stick,
have fun with that.
yeah, I thought the stickers were on it. So,
Damn it.
so we've got the. Oh, I guess we can do this too. So we've got the Miles Mayhem figure. The articulation is significantly better on on these figures than what they were when I was a kid. They have double jointed knees, they have ball jointed hips, shoulders, the heads swivel. We have,
And they have eyes painted on them.
yeah,
So
they do. We've got two different masks. We've got the mask, just the regular mask there. And then we have a mask with a action feature on it, which I think is pretty cool. And it's the mask with the action features kind of open around the neck, which I think is more of a it might be a tribute to the original figure. I'm not 100% on that. But yeah, the detailing and the paint apps on the figure are incredible. I mean, it's a
I'll
hundred,
say it looks good.
yeah, it's 100% better than what they were when I was a kid. All right, there is the Switchblade. Um,
Nice. How's it feel? How's the plastic feel?
Solid.
Good.
Yeah, it doesn't feel cheap. I've seen some complaints about some of the like some quality, some QC issues. So hopefully we don't get any of those. But I think that's probably to be expected. I think any line has probably some QC issues, regardless, especially smaller toy lines. I actually don't know how to transform this because I'd never had this before.
I'm wondering what it transforms into. Um,
So it and then yeah, I should probably read the instructions on this one because I did not have this one as a kid. So mm, yeah, there is definitely some action feature to this. There's the wings are spring loaded. Um, so I don't actually know on this one. I did not have this one as a kid. Um, and I'm not going to start moving stuff around and trying to break it.
tell you what, I love the color of that canopy.
Yeah. So yeah, I am as much as I would like to start fucking around with this, I am going to wait on this until I actually know what the hell I'm doing with it. So
I think that's a solid plan.
yeah,
I mean, it's a good idea because you waited 8 years for these for since the pre-orders. I mean,
yeah,
not not
they've
not the literal 38 years that you've been waiting to have a switchblade in your hand.
yeah
Um,
yeah. I have never had this. I've never. I've probably seen one in person, but I've never held one of the original ones. I certainly didn't have it when I was a kid. Um, so yeah, I definitely want to read the instructions before I start fucking around with it. Um,
Yeah, because it would really suck if something got broken after that very long waiting period.
yeah. So let's open one that I did have before. That is the Condor. This was one of my favorites from the cartoon and the comics when I was a kid. It's got Brad Turner with the Hocus Pocus mask, if I remember correctly. Does it say? Does it? Yeah, it doesn't. They must not have been able to get the trademarks for the names of the masks because all the masks had individual names too.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, and like I said, the box art is spot on from what I remember as a kid. It does have like little action, like fire and smoke effects, which did not come with the originals. So there is some new stuff with these vehicles. I know there was some action like flame effects that came with the Switchblade that I know did not come with the original. Yeah, so we've got stickers and instruction book there. Hi, Alice. Yes, I know.
Hi, Alice. Hi, puppy. He's so cute.
So we've got the same thing with the Brad Turner. We've got one of the masks that looks more like the original did with the action feature on it. And then one with the kind of the more accurate of how it was supposed to be, I think. And then,
You
yeah,
know, that
again,
one actually looks familiar to me. That must be one of those characters that I was familiar with even when I was a kid because that helmet actually just unlocked something in my mind. I do like that he's got the sunglasses on. That's cool.
yeah. Oops. All right. Well, so yeah, it's got the or the smoke effect from the back tire, which is pretty cool. And that's on there pretty good. There we go.
Those that will make for nice displays when you set them up with the with the effects like that. That's pretty cool for like um making a for immersion into the toy, making it look like it's got more going for it than just being a toy. That's pretty cool.
So then the blades unfold. Maybe. There we go.
You're gonna display it as the helicopter or the motorcycle.
Haven't decided yet. So there it is in the motorcycle or in the helicopter form. So yeah, that's fantastic. It's got a pull-out kickstand for when it's in motorcycle form. Um, the blades spin. I'd seen somebody say that the blades on theirs did not spin. Um, Mine do. So hooray. And then it all folds back in together. I think the front gun looks like it's spring loaded, but I can't tell how. So, and then yeah, double jointed knees, which is fantastic on a figure this small.
I was gonna say at that scale, I think it's impressive that they put that much articulation. I'm not surprised that they can. I'm just surprised that they actually did,
Yeah.
and I kudos to them for that. Make him as playable as possible, and that's pretty cool.
So there is the Condor. I think they did a really good job on it. I did have this one as a kid. The plastic feels really solid. Um, it doesn't feel fragile at all. I'd seen some complaints about the figures not fitting too well in the vehicles. It's a tight fit, but at the same time, it's keeping in post pretty well too. So, eh.
If if you if you turn it upside down, are you worried that he's going to fall out of it? Nope. All right, there you go. That's all you need. That's why. That's probably why it's a slightly tight fit for the figures because they don't want them flopping off if somebody's playing with them. Because if they weren't just a little tight, yeah, you're liable to lose the driver. So
The next one, they were able to get the trademark for this one. This is the Thunderhawk. Comes with matte tracker. Oh, and it does say Spectrum masks. So that was the name of the mask with the for matte tracker. So I'm guessing they must have really had a hard time getting all of the trademarks, obviously, but they were able to get some of them. So
you know what? I think the most important part is that the characters have the right names. I
yeah.
think the rest of it is sort of details, but I feel like if some of the helmets aren't named or if some of the vehicles are have sort of generic sounding names, I think as long as the character names are there, I think that's the most important part.
Yeah, I would agree with that. I can see what people are complaining about by them not having the vehicle names, but at the same time, if you're not displaying it in the box, who gives a shit?
Yeah, and if it's a legal thing and they couldn't use it, then complaining about it isn't that's going to do nothing. Um, and yeah, as long as you know what it's called, who cares what it says on the box? Who gives a shit?
So it's pretty cool. It has a space for the two bombs underneath. I think the original only held one. I did have the original as a kid, but I don't remember.
That is the only masked vehicle when I was when that I had when I was a kid. I don't remember anything specific about it. I didn't even remember the thing was called the Thunderhawk. Uh, I just remembered that when I was a kid, I was fascinated by cars with the gull wing doors, and that is exactly why I wanted it. And as long as that new one maintains the gull wing doors, then as far as I'm concerned, that whole toy line is a success.
It sure does. And they do. Hang on a sec here. It has an additional piece of equipment that the original did not, and it's a little like mine launcher. So they're spring loaded. I'm not actually sure how. So I will figure that out later too. So I don't want to lose those. So I'm gonna set those here. But yeah, there is a spring loaded launcher that clips onto the front of the car underneath. Oh, here we go. Okay. I just
What
dropped
did you drop?
I dropped the spring loaded thing. So,
Oh,
all right.
I saw the reaction and I'm like, oh, I know what happened.
All right, let's see it.
Oh, fuck yeah. Look at that. Look at that. That's beautiful. All right. I call that toy line a raging success.
I've seen people say that the springs aren't strong enough because they're not keeping the doors all the way open. And yeah, there is a little play in the door. Honestly, it reminds me a lot of the vehicle when I was a kid. The springs,
People bitch about anything.
yeah. So yeah, the spoiler comes up, the back bumper comes up to reveal the engines. Oh, you push the engines and the bombs drop. So the bombs just went all over the floor.
Ah, nice.
Yeah.
You
So
know, I'm really glad that your dogs don't eat toy pieces that they find on the floor. Um,
oh, Izzy's gotten something once before, but she only did it once. And I think Jack got something one time, and he's never done it again since. Uh, and then yeah, we had another dog that chewed up something, and but yeah. So there is Matt Tracker with the more I want to say more accurate, but it's accurate to what is it's the more realistic looking mask for and then the one that's more accurate to the original toy with the blast effect. So it's more accurate to what it kind of the cartoon, I guess, and then what it was supposed to be. Oh, and it has the seatbelts. Holy cow. It has working seatbelts in it.
What the hell? Oh shit! All right, that's cool.
This is one where I'd seen them say that the figure didn't fit very well in the vehicle. So, whoop, I just knocked his mask off. That hit the floor.
Jesus Christ,
Yeah.
you're on a roll.
Yeah.
Unboxing episodes are fun.
Yeah, I'm convinced the people that do this on a regular basis, they unbox it, play with it, and then put it back in the box and seal it up so they know exactly what they're doing when they open it.
That seems plausible to me. I'm not calling bullshit on anybody's stuff, but I feel like that's almost something that probably a good idea, especially for toys of action features. Oh, that's so cool looking.
Yeah.
Oh,
Definitely.
that's just so classic.
But yeah, no, it's fantastic. I absolutely love it. It looks
That is 80s goodness right there.
I can see what people are complaining about the springs not being strong enough to hold the doors open. But again, to me, that is pure nostalgia right there because the springs on the original one did not hold the doors open either. And mine closes just fine with Matt Tracker in there. So um I think it does what it was supposed to do, and that's be a an amazing homage to the original. Of
Cool.
course, some flame effects here to go with it. Again, we'll figure out where everything goes another time. Um, Let me see if I can find the bomb that I lost real quick before. Yeah, there it is. So I'm gonna put those in the back in the vehicle. The detail of the sculpt is phenomenal. I mean, it's highly detailed even on the bottom of the vehicle.
Nice.
Yeah. So
Oh, beautiful.
yeah. Uh I'm kind of 50-50 on whether they should have whether I like the decals or if they should have done tampos. Um because I'm not the best at putting decals on. And I don't remember if there were decals with the originals or if the decals were already put on. I think you had to put the decals on because I'm pretty sure that you had to put the decals on yourself, if I remember right, because I had one of the most of my stuff I got secondhand. So like my Thunderhawk, I traded some GI Joe stuff for it, I think.
Ah,
So like I didn't have the bombs, I didn't have the figure, I didn't have the mask, but I had the vehicle. Um, and the
all that vehicle needs is a synth wave music soundtrack and some neon lights behind it.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's fucking cool.
Yeah, the detail on it's phenomenal. I think it looks fantastic. Um, it's definitely the details in the sculpt, like the headlights, and then there's like clear plastic over the tail lights.
That's awesome. I love that detail.
Yeah, it's that wasn't there when I was a kid. So those are improvements.
And honestly, that is not something that they needed to do on these,
No,
but I think it's really cool that they did
yeah,
because they could have gone pure nostalgia and just recreated what was already done. But I really appreciate that the loyal subjects decided, no, let's make them more playable. Let's make the figures more playable. Let's make the vehicles more detailed. Let's let's give them some features that maybe engineering didn't even allow for back then.
Absolutely. Because there's the flame.
Oh, look at that. That's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Oops. God damn it. I just dropped the bombs again. So yeah, no, I think they did a fantastic job with that. All right. There's one bomb. Oh, did I step on the mask? Son of a bitch. All right, well, we'll figure that out later. Um, yeah, I dropped. Oh, there's the other bomb. All right, well, at least I know where they're at. So yeah, I don't know if I like the fact that I have to put the stickers on, or if I would have been happier if they'd have put the stickers on, or if they'd have done tampos. For display purposes, I think tampos would have been nice, but it probably would have increased the price point on them. So I don't know about that.
Just out of curiosity, do you remember what the price on the Thunderhawk was?
No,
Okay.
I'm gonna look that up because people have been complaining about the price on these things. But then I had seen somebody post the original prices on these.
Oh yeah, you said you saw the conversions, and honestly, these are pretty comparable to because you said they were expensive back then
They were
compared to
then. That's
so.
like I don't think any of my mask stuff I bought in a store. I think maybe one vehicle I bought brand new. The rest of it I got secondhand. I mean, I had the Condor, but I think I got that from a buddy of mine. The Thunderhawk was definitely a trade. Um, I had the Corvette. I think it was called the Raven. I got that secondhand because I didn't have the pilot for it. And that's why I think the stickers were came on a sheet because it didn't have the stickers on it when I got it.
The Thunderhawk is $59.99 on Big Bad Toy Store.
Yeah. They are not cheap. So again, they're not being mass produced by somebody like Hasbro or Mattel, so the price is going to be higher because it's a lower production run. I mean that's just how it is. But I
Sometimes, honestly, if you want cool toys, you just you there's no choice. You got to pay for it. And honestly, ooh, I say yes about the decals because I'm looking at the pictures and ooh, yeah, I don't remember those kind of specifics about the car, but it really does add to the 80s-ness of it. And yeah, I think the Thunderhawk needs the decals.
Yeah, and that's so part of me like I like doing the unboxing videos, but at the same time you kind of lose something by not having the complete product done. And I'm not going to sit here and put stickers on while we podcast. So, um I think that I think it if I was really going to be like all fancy, I would have opened these, put the stickers on and put them back in the box and unboxed it that way. But I don't know.
Somebody would have called bullshit.
Yeah, and
Uh,
that's this is they didn't get the trademark for it. It's the mobile defense unit. The original toy, of course, was called the Rhino. And this is the Big Bad Toy Store Deluxe edition of the Rhino because it comes with Scott and T-Bob.
okay, cool.
The other figures that it comes with the other Matt Tracker and Bruce Sutto, and uh, they did get the trademarks for the masks. So the masks, uh, the mask that Matt Tracker has is Ultra Flash, and the mask that Bruce Sato has is Lifter. They got the trademarks for him, so
it sounds like they got all of the trademarks that they could possibly get,
I
and they
think the
just had to say fuck it on a couple of them because they probably just whatever they tried couldn't do it. So just a guess on my part, but like you said, if they're not keeping them in the box, what the hell does it matter what they call it?
yeah. So there's stickers. I've heard somebody say that their stickers didn't fit on the vehicles properly, on the especially the Rhino. So we'll see about that later. Okay. This is another one that I didn't have as a kid, so I don't actually know how the action features work on this. So if I can't figure it out real quickly, I am not going to start pushing stuff until I look at the instructions. Oh, it's taped. Oh, fuck. I just lost one of the flame effects.
Unboxing videos are fun. Um,
All right.
I want to see this truck. It looks cool in the pictures.
It looks cool in person. It's vacuum chrome, it looks like.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that looks fantastic.
Oh, it's got mud flaps that move.
Yep, it sure does.
Nice.
I'd
Oh,
heard
look at that chrome. Oh, wow.
I'd heard somebody say that the gas tanks on theirs were on upside down. Mine look like they're all right. Yeah, the chrome is amazing. Um,
I love chrome toys.
so the smokestacks, I'm guessing, pull out. Yep, there we go. Into the guns. And then, yeah, I'm not actually sure how to transform this. Like I said, I didn't have this one when I was a kid. There is some sort of, oh, there we go. There we go.
Oh, neat.
And then the rocket launcher, I think, comes out. I don't know. I'm gonna have to like, yeah, sorry on the God damn it.
Hey, we can do an update next episode.
Yeah, that's a good idea too. And then the back opens up so you can put a figure in here.
Oh, I was wondering what that was. Okay.
And then this detaches, and I don't know how it detaches. Like I said, I didn't have this one as a kid. I've never seen one. I've seen it in person, but I've never played with one. So I'm not gonna start fucking around with it
Yeah,
uh,
good idea.
just because I don't want to break it. And they, it looks, they did a good job with everything. I think it, I don't, there is some play in the guns. I've seen complaints about that.
And people just bitch about everything. And I'm talking about in general on the internet, not specifically the fans complaining about this. People online, they pretty much just complain about everything. So,
So yeah, the guns aren't the most stable, but again, I, to me that it gives it a really nostalgic feel because there was play in the guns originally. I mean, the original toy wasn't perfect to begin with. So,
At least they move easily. At least you don't have to. At least you don't have to like nothing. You don't have to use. You don't have to brute force anything. At least. So.
no,
Oh, even the hubcaps are chrome.
yes.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I love that metalized chrome toys. That is, uh, it with one exception, the GI Joe Sky Shark. Fuck that thing. Even chrome can't make the shark cool. Damn it.
Well, you're wrong, but that's okay. Uh, got some flame effects here. Looks like they go on the tires, maybe. I don't know. I don't know where these go.
You're gonna need an all new fucking bucket for mask stuff.
Yeah, I think so. The missile for the missile launcher.
Damn. Is there a warhead in that one? It looks like there should be. Damn.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's huge.
Yeah, if Miles Mayhem is just flying along casually up above and gets hit by that, they're not going to have to worry about Miles Mayhem as a threat anymore.
Looks like a functioning winch. That must go on the front of the Rhino. I'll figure that out later. Again, I mean, even the winch is chromed.
Oh,
The
oh,
the
fuck yeah.
the hook, the barrel, and the knob are all chromed.
That's beautiful. Well, you know what? Our next episode is going to be our top 10 acquisitions of 2025. And that's a good time to do some uh, updates on the. All right. Yeah, he looks pretty good.
Yeah, it's 5 points of articulation on Scott Tracker. For a kid in this scale, I'm not too disappointed that it's only 5 points of articulation. Um, I the Scott and T-Bob were available as a accessory pack when I was a kid. I never saw them. I never saw the smaller sets. Uh, the T-Bob uh, looks pretty
You know
decent.
what? T Bob is pretty fucking silly in the first place. So if it maintains that silliness, then I feel like I mean if it accurately captures that silliness, then I feel like it's a win.
It's pretty reminiscent of the figure from what I remember as a kid. So the arms come in and out, and then the wheels go up and down. So I mean, there is a little bit of a transforming part to it. The head does swivel, which is pretty cool. Uh, Here, let's do this.
I bet it didn't swivel on the original.
Probably not, but I don't know. I didn't have the original. We need to get Troy on the show. Troy's the like mass expert. I think Troy has all of the stuff. So T-Bob looks pretty good. The Matt Tracker, yeah, and they painted eyes on these things. I mean, this is
I was just about to ask, does Scott have the eyes? Because as long as he's got the eyes, then it's already an improvement over the vintage one.
he
Because
does.
when I was a kid, I did have friends who had some mask stuff. I only had that tracker, but the it drove me nuts at 8 years old that they didn't have any face
Yeah,
any paint applications on the face.
yeah. There it
I
is with
mean,
mask, and then the more toy accurate mask with the effect. I don't know if the effects come off. No, the effects are definitely glued on.
well, that's good. You don't have to worry about losing those.
Yeah, no kidding.
Well, plus if it's recreating something that the masks were the way they functioned by like blasting stuff or shooting stuff in the cartoon, it makes sense that they wouldn't want to separate in pieces for the
Yeah.
toys.
There is Brusetto. We'll put the mask on. So there he is with his mat with the more accurate with the mask without the effect, and then the more toy accurate mask with the effect.
The effects are cool. I do like that
Yeah.
addition.
Yeah, I think that is pretty cool. That's not something that the original figures did. So I think that's I think that's a neat addition. But there you go. Uh, we've talked about the pre-orders for, hang on a sec here. Right, so those are the first four vehicles. The Thunderhawk, the Condor, the Rhino, and the Switchblade. Um, the next wave has already been announced, the Hurricane, and I don't honestly don't remember what other vehicles were in that. We had talked about that, but I don't remember right off the top of my head, and the pre-orders for those are not up yet. Um, if I can find that real quick.
Well, for the people buying these, I think it's great that even though they shipped later than anticipated, they got them out before the end of the year.
Yeah.
And I think that's important because if it had dragged into next year and the delays were there, there would have been more grumbling about, you know, I I bet they're not coming out. And this is good that they managed to get them out. Better late than never, anyways.
The Wave 2 is the Jackhammer, so it's the Ford Bronco. The Gator, which is the Jeep that has the boat in it, the Hurricane, which is the 57 Chevy that turns into a tank, and the um, Piranha. They did not get the trademark for the two of those. They did not get the Jackhammer or the Piranha trademarks, so they have not original names. Um, which
That
yeah,
makes sense.
yeah, it sucks, but what are you gonna do? If you're not able.
Well, you know what? Those are both two pretty nondescript names, so I'm not really surprised. They would have had to add adjectives or something, and it might have actually been worse than just using them with than just giving them generic descriptive names.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I don't like I said, if you're not displaying it in the box, who cares? Um, so overall, what do I think of the figure of the vehicles? I think that they are an amazing homage to the original. I think the what people are complaining about, the original vehicles had these issues. I don't see a way to engineer around them. Um, eh, I see what people are complaining about, and I don't see a way to that the loyal subjects could have fixed them. These are not QC issues. As
and nothing's perfect. They're very clearly doing the best they can, and honestly, just from an outside observer, what they've put out so far looks pretty top notch to me.
Yeah. I think they're fantastic. I think they're probably a step above the originals, because of the chrome vac metal, or the vac chrome metal. The transformation features, like I said, I don't know how to work the switchblade. I didn't have one when I was a kid. I'm not going to start moving stuff around and breaking it. There is definitely something that transforms it. I just don't know what it is because I didn't have the original to play with it, and I haven't looked at the instructions. So I'm not gonna start fucking with it. But all the transformations worked on the Thunderhawk and the Condor, which I did have as a kid, so I know how to work those. Um, and I, like I said, I don't know how to. It's the same thing with the Rhino. I didn't have that one when I was a kid. I'm just guessing on some of this stuff, but from what I can tell, they did a fantastic job. I think they're top notch. They they seem really solid toys. They seem really nice. Uh, do I think they are worth it? Yeah, actually, I do. Are they expensive? Yeah, they are very expensive. But again, these were expensive toys in the 80s. I think if I remember right, I'm not 100%. I think the Rhino itself retailed for like $30. So, $30 toy in 1984-ish, that would have been really fucking expensive
Yeah,
for a vehicle.
yeah, and honestly, the new one, because I checked them out on Big Bad Toy Store. The new one is 125, and honestly, they probably got the prices as low as they could go because the reality of things right now, they can't price things like they did in the 80s. Like you said, when they did the inflation conversions, that's exactly this. It's not far off from what they would have cost in the 80s because money was very different in the 80s than it is now. And there's no, there's no, any, no matter what color the rose tinted glasses are that you're wearing, I feel like the price is not one that you should really, because like you said, they weren't cheap then. So and honestly, the loyal subjects, they seem to have packed a lot in for
Yeah.
what the prices are. Because I said earlier, they could have just straight up retooled or re-released or reissued them, but they didn't. They took extra steps to make it more playable, more displayable,
Yes.
and it hits all the nostalgia buttons, and but they sort of fine-tuned what was originally done. And honestly, I think they're cool enough to make me think maybe Mask has potential. So
Yeah. And of course, everybody, the complaints that I've seen are obviously the price. I'd seen somebody say that the retail price on the Rhino for the one at Big Bad Toy Store is cheaper than it would have been the original was in the 80s. So, I mean, with
and they included Scott and T-Bob, which otherwise, because if they didn't pack them in with a vehicle, they may not have gotten released at all
yeah,
because it's a vehicle line, and they may not. They would have they're it sort of makes sense that they're just a package because, like you said, it's like an accessory pack. So that makes perfect sense to me.
there was
And
a subline of accessory pack figures with gimmicky, cheesy accessories for vehicles for the original Mask line. I've not seen anything from loyal subjects saying whether or not they are planning to do touch any of that. They're playing it very close to the vest on what their plans are. As far as I can tell, their plans are to continue this line as long as it will go.
and
Um,
if they can get vehicles out that were originally supposed to be released but weren't, people will go nuts for that.
yeah.
So
So like Ramen Toys has made the Shark, which is the Porsche 928, which was very prominent in the cartoons and the comic book, but did not get a toy originally. Ramen Toys has one and it looks nice and it's expensive. So I did not pick that up when it came out because I had no intentions of collecting the vintage stuff. So I'm like, I don't need a vehicle, one mask vehicle for my collection. And I'm not going to go back and get the Ramen Toys one because I am curious to see if the
I
subjects.
was gonna say it sounds like the loyal subjects will they probably want to at least. Um and who knows that the third wave of vehicles could start bringing in other stuff. Don't
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
Gotta see.
they're playing it very close to the vest. I think the other big thing that people are curious to see whether that will get made is the Boulder Hill playset. Uh,
that seems unlikely to me, but that's just because play sets these days, you don't see them very often. Not collector lines don't really do them unless you're talking about Masters of the Universe Origins, in which case, yeah, Mattel's doing all the play sets, but those are kind of guaranteed sales. Play sets are uncommon in most other toy lines. So
So here's my prediction. Let's see how accurate I am on this. My prediction is there will be a Boulder Hill play set, and it will be crowdfunded. So
I
they
wonder if the loyal subject, I wonder if they've done any crowdfunding stuff.
I don't know. Because they have a
Whether
bunch of other licenses. They have the Gem license right now. They have My Little Monster license. Um, or My Monster. One of they have another toy.
I don't know. I
From
don't know.
I know Chad has one of the vintage ones.
Oh, my pet monster.
My Pet
The blue thing, the guy with the oh, okay, yeah, my I only know what that thing is because of Chad's lifelong loyalty to it, posting it. That is one of those toys that I have zero memory of it from when I was a kid.
I remember it
But
from as a kid, but I
I
did
didn't realize are they making a new stuffed one or are they making like little toys based on it?
like in the like event. It'll look like the vintage one.
Ah, all right. I didn't know if they were gonna do my pet monster action figures. I have no idea what went into that toy line. I don't know that thing was if
They
it was a singular character release or if there were other characters. I don't know.
they also have another toy that I recognize, but I don't know the name of it. And they also have Rainbow Bright license.
Ah,
So
okay.
I've got a lot of licenses from the 80s. Um, the
And
other
they're one of like a dozen companies that have licenses to make some kind of Ninja Turtles. There are so many fucking companies that have licenses for Ninja Turtles that I don't know how Ninja Turtle collectors could possibly buy it all because holy shit. I do remember seeing a couple of loyal subjects releases, Ninja Turtles and like different clothes. They had like the street disguises instead. I was looking, they had a shitload of accessories. So if the mask line has a bunch of accessories too, then I think the cost is worth it.
Yeah. Of course, there's a Loyal Subjects exclusive. The pre-orders closed on this long time ago. It closed in September. It's a 40th anniversary recolor of the mask vehicles in gold and black, and they
Ah,
look phenomenal. But they were even more expensive, and I was not going to buy two of each. So, um, I don't know when those are the like I said, the pre-order on those closed in September, beginning of September. I've not seen a release date. I've not Loyal Subjects is playing it very close to very close to the vest on when stuff is coming in. I don't know that they have a lot of control over that with
the
tariffs and shipping and
factories have their own schedules with this shit. That is why a lot of crowdfunding toy lines take longer than anticipated because they've got a lot of factory stuff that they need to address. And it's just the reality of working with overseas manufacturers. So, and the logistics of it. So, honestly, I understand why people complain. Sometimes you just got to be patient with this shit.
yeah. Uh, I don't I don't see anything apparent in these that precludes this line from continuing for a very long time. I think there's enough people with disposable income to be buying these things.
I was gonna say I've seen a good number of people like those pages on Facebook you don't follow, but you've seen posts from them, and I've seen a bunch of this stuff. So I'm like, well, there's eyeballs on it. People are buying them. So
Yeah. Uh, there are a few people that have done reviews on them. If people are interested, once they get the tampos on and figure out how to do them, if you guys want to see a more in-depth review of the vehicles, we can do that on another episode.
I
Um,
want to see a more in-depth review. So yes.
all
Oh
right.
yeah.
So,
Like I
yeah,
said, our next episode is gonna be our top 10 acquisitions of this year. And I feel like the mask stuff some of it's going to make your list.
It's
So
probably going to make the list, but I it's that's usually a long episode, so I'm not going to review each vehicle on that episode.
no, no, but I mean, I feel like we should do an update. Uh, you should do updates on a future episode, but yeah, our next episode is definitely going to be our top 10 because this is the thing you were waiting on before you finished your acquisitions list. So now that you have them, now you can finish your list out. I have 9 of my 10 top 10 my top acquisitions of this year picked out. I'm deciding between two which one's going to make the list. So, um,
So yeah, we don't have a date set for that. We're gonna do it soon though. I mean, I don't think we got ours out. Our one last year, I don't think went out until after the first of the year. This will
it
probably
went out just before New Year's because I remember I was waiting on uh, the classified Night Force ripcord from eBay. I got it just before New Year's and I basically got the figure in my hands. It was delivered. I opened it the day before we did the acquisitions only because you were working that day. So it was just before New Year. So we'll probably do it in the near future.
I was
If
gonna say
not the next episode, it will be. You won't have to wait long
if we
for it.
could do it New Year's Eve because we do have another classified top 10 pick list
Oh
episode
yeah,
that we want to do. I've got my list together. I don't know where JD is on that.
I do. I've got it. I did my list last night. Top 10 classified. Top 10 wishes we have for classified for the toys that were post vintage. So post 1994, these are the things that we'd love to see them introduce and classified from essentially the various different eras that have followed vintage. So
I have not seen any other podcast put a list like that together.
no,
So
neither have I.
I'm not saying we're original and we're cool, but we're original and we're cool. Uh,
We are cool, damn it. And I'll not hear otherwise.
because, we do embrace all eras of G.I. Joe. So there are
I
tons.
like Sigma 6. One of them might be on my list. I like Sigma 6. So
I I didn't hate it, but it wasn't my favorite, and I don't have any in my collection. But that's not to say that I didn't appreciate it for what it was. I
it's easy to overlook the anime series that they made with it.
yeah,
Even as an anime fan, I was like, this is not great. This is not great anime. This is not great G.I. Joe. It was really not great together. I saw what they were going for, but damn. Maybe it was the wrong time for it. But hey, I bet if I could get my kid to watch it, my oldest, that might that might give them some vague appreciation for GI Joe, which they don't have. My son, now he every time he sees a YouTube video on that's like GI Joe, he's like, hey, your nerd stuff is at the top of the he's like is at the top of the algorithm for YouTube, and I'm like, well, that's not really a surprise. I watch a lot of GI Joe content, but yeah, GI Joe and Star Trek and Star he calls them my nerd things. Now, meanwhile, we've got all the Marvel stuff, and he's into like monsters and kaiju and all that stuff. But I'm the nerdy one. Oh, cool. That's all right. Last week he told me I was difficult, and I'm like, oh, okay. Well, you know what? You know how they say the apple didn't fall far from the tree? In that case, in some cases, the apple didn't fall at all. It tumbled down to the next branch, and my offspring, and they inherited different geeky things from me, but yeah, whenever one of them calls me a nerd, and I'm like, oh wow, okay, that's A, hypocrite. B, I call them nerds too because hypocrite. But
on
it's
color
hard.
black.
Yeah, exactly. So,
So I was thinking, I'm off New Year's Eve. Maybe we should record the top 10 acquisitions on New Year's Eve.
all right, yeah, it works for me.
All right. My I don't have my computer plugged in, and it's just got the low battery alarm. So I think that's about all we have for this particular episode anyway. So as always, please do that fun social media stuff. Like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let us know if you picked up any of the mask stuff, what you think of it, what you want to see going forward from mask stuff. Stay tuned for future episodes. We have at least two more episodes planned before the end of the year, which will be our each of our top 10 picks for what we would like to see in the G.I. Joe Classified series post 1994, and our top 10 acquisitions of the year for 2025.
I
Uh,
still can't believe this fucking year is over and we're already doing our acquisitions
yeah.
lists. So
So, as always, thanks for watching and stay tuned.
thanks, everybody.
Stuff coming.